Hey, this is Tommy the Angry Craftsman. Today we're going to walk through a 9-point calibration for the Aurora 8 100-watt MOPA. We're going to go start to finish. We're going to change. This one I'm actually doing it on the 150 millimeter lens. So I already have the f160, which is the 110 millimeter lens, calibrated. So we're just going to go through calibrating one of our other lenses, which is going to be the 150 millimeter lens. And we'll walk through the steps of this one. So we got Lightburn open. I'm going to go to devices, and you can see I've got all my devices in here. The 160 lens, the 290 lens, so I have to do the 150 millimeter lens on this one. So I'm going to click import. I'm going to go to my Thunder thumb drive that was sent to me. Open that up. Communication settings in Lightburn. This one's specifically for the 160 millimeter lens, but I'm going to make some modifications to it. So I open, and there we go. We've got it right here that just showed up. I'm going to, once it's there, I'm going to make some minor adjustments here next. I'm not going to import the EasyCAD config. I am going to get rid of all of this and call it the 150. I'm going to change my axis, the X and Y axis, to 150. I'm going to hit next. There it is right there. And then I'm going to finish. And I'm going to hit OK. And it's going to think about things for a minute. And I'm going to come back over here to my devices. I'm going to find it. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to click the wrench and screwdriver and see that I've got it right here. So one of our other videos, or one of the other videos, show that you load the core file. We're not going to load the core file. We're just going to go straight to the 9-point calibration. So I will flip over to the, well, let me check something else here real quick. Units and measure, force of habit, ports and lasers. I'm going to make sure my busy light is 5. I'm going to make sure that my red dot is 4, that it's always on. Start marking as 14. And for this purpose, I'm going to put the door protect as none so that we can record it. It's a fiber, and it is a JPT source. And then I've got my frequencies already preset in here. So now I can go OK, and we have that set right now, and we're going to jump over to the laser, change out the lens, and set this up. Okay, so over here at the Aurora 8, I'm going to go ahead and take my f160 lens, or the 110 millimeter lens, unscrew it, put it in its cover, take that off of the 150 millimeter lens, and again, the 150 millimeter lens is the f210. The f210 is the standard on the Aurora Light. And sometimes if you're a little heavy-handed, there it goes. And now I have my lens changed out, ready for the next test. Okay, so that's taken care of. I got my black piece of construction paper. I know what the focal distance is, and I already have a focal stick cut. Right now I'm looking at 233 millimeters, and that's going to be from the bottom of this to the material. So I'm just going to hit my up button, and keep holding it. So I know I'm there. Yes, that annoying beep. But then all I do is hit the up button one more time. And I'm focused. So back over here at Lightburn, I'm going to go up to Laser Tools, and I'm going to select Calibrate Galvo Lens, 9 point. So the working area of the lens is 150 millimeters. You want to be about 85 to 90. So what I do is change this to 140. So that puts me at 93%, where it says 90 is ideal. I'm going to go ahead and hit next. Now for me, I know that these settings, the 300 millimeters a second, 20% power, 30 kilohertz, and 200 nanoseconds for my cue should work. So I'm going to hit frame. We should be able to see it on the paper. And I'm going to make sure that it's lined up. And then I'm going to hit start. And now we'll take a look at it and start walking through the next set of steps. Okay, so now that we have it marked, let's go ahead and mark which lines are what, so we can keep track of them when it's time to record them. Now let's start the measurements. So I'm using a caliper. I'm going to go from this point to this point and make sure that I'm using the same part of the intersection. And write the number down. And I'm going to come over here to 2. And I'm going to do it again. Somehow I have a feeling my battery's going dead. And I'm going to do this for every one of them. And then go enter them into the computer. Just make sure that when you're doing this, that they're not that far out or that far difference. I mean, I can see that there's a bulge here on both sides, so I know that the middle should be bigger than the top and bottom. But for the most part, each side should be close to each other. Now I'm going to go enter them into the computer. So we're back over here at Lightburn. Let's go ahead and get these entered. 73.85, 73.91. Now remember, my numbers will be different than your numbers. Don't use my numbers thinking it's going to work for you. And make sure you're putting them in order. Don't do what I've done before and transpose the numbers. Okay, now back over to the camera so we can do this side. So again, we write our numbers down so that we can keep track of them. And then we start measuring. I'm going to rotate this. The more accurate you can be, the better your lens corrections will be. So once I'm done, we'll come back to the computer, enter the numbers, and then go from there. Okay, now that we're back over here, let's go ahead and enter these numbers. $73.85, 73.91. Now you can do this in multiple ways. You can do it like I'm doing it, where you just write everything down and then come back in here and enter the numbers, or you can measure and enter the numbers one at a time. That's completely up to you. The point behind this is to show the steps and the concept of doing this. This is not something that can be done over the phone. This is not something that can be done remote. This is on you and your measuring skills. So now we got them entered. We go ahead and hit next. You'll see my max size is 150. My recommended is 150. And then here are my X and Y values for the calibration. So I'm going to hit Command, Control, Shift Command 4. I'm going to take a screenshot so I don't lose them, since I'm on a Mac. And then we're going to test it. I'm going to draw a box, and then I'm going to make that box 150 millimeters by 150 millimeters. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to make it 140 by 140. And then I'm going to highlight it and hit P and make sure it's centered. And then we are going to frame this on the laser and run another test. Okay, we've got it framed over here. I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And now we'll go to measure it. Well, now let's check. It should be 140 by 140. So right now I am showing 141. And this way I am showing 146. So now we go back over to Lightburn and make these final adjustments. So back in Lightburn, I'm going to come in to the device settings, and then I'm going to look here and say, okay, my X is at a scale of 95. So I click this little button here. I requested it to be 140. Gosh. And it measured 141. I click OK. Come here to my Y. I asked it to be 140. And it was 146. So I hit OK. OK. And now I'm going to frame. And we'll go back over and run it again. Now it's run again. Let's see what we've got.
turn the tape measure around properly. I am showing 140. And I am showing 141. So I'm going to go back and fix the Y. And then maybe it'll fix it this time. So we're back over here again. Here's my Y. Asked it to be 140. It became 141. Or it measured at that. I click OK. OK. And we're going to do it all over again. We're back over here again. I got 140. And I got 140, so I'm good. I'm good now. It's the same distance. My scale is correct. Here's one other thing that I did notice when it was in the machine is I tried to line the paper up so that it was straight. It looks to be just a hint off, so I'm going to look at the skew next. Okay, so as we can see it framing, I'm a little off there at the bottom, so I'm going to manually shift it in the settings. Okay, so I'm back in my device settings. Because of the way it's going, I know that it's this skew right here. I've already tried it at 9.9 or 0.90, and it's way too far. So we're gonna go to 0.9990, and we're gonna take a look and see what it looks like. Click OK. Then I go back to frame. Then I go to the machine to see what it looks like. So you'll notice that it moved a little bit more. So I just got to play around with the settings to get it right. So after messing around with it for a couple of minutes, just playing with the numbers, it looks like it's 0.9700, and it gets me pretty much lined up. So it's one way to deal with your skew. There's other ways you can do the math, like the original Lightburn taught us to, but sometimes I found that just filling with the numbers and looking at it helps.